Hello, Lou Hamilton from Audible Elegance of Cincinnati, Ohio. My store is located on Montgomery Road, across the street from Montgomery Cyclery, and up the street from the Montgomery Inn. We have a website, audibleelegance.com. We have various categories there, including a new and used store. And if you wish to purchase from us and you don't have a servicing dealer, please take a look. We might be able to help you out. We do work on Facebook, Instagram, and X. I had been writing a blog for a bit, but there doesn't seem to be too much readership on it, so I'm going to hold back on that for a bit. I thought I would talk about an interesting question that came up, which was speaker driver materials. I have a list of paper, metal, plastic, ceramic, beryllium, diamond, and what are my opinions on these materials? The design of any given driver is very unique, and there's a lot of characteristics that go into it. And to me, no one material is absolutely the best. They each have their strengths and their weaknesses, and it also depends upon the surface area that they're working with. Paul Klipsch with Klipsch loudspeakers, used paper cones, but he was moving them a very short distance because he was horn loading it. He wasn't causing it a long excursion where the rigidity of the cone itself was critical to avoid what's known as intermodulation distortion, or the surface is rippling and moving at different speeds. And you have B&W that had diamond tweeters, and I think they have a solid approach with what they're attempting to do with it. It certainly was an advancement over the metal domes that they were using. There are even other different materials used in speaker cones. We've seen metal. The last time I saw metal drivers as far as a cone design was out of Velodyne, and I can't say that the total package was particularly special, and it did not last that long in the marketplace. So that material neither enhanced, maybe affected people's perception of the value. But when you look at all of these materials, the ultimate bottom line is, how well does it perform as a whole? You can use the most expensive materials in the world, but if it's poorly engineered, and in a speaker, that can not only be the drivers themselves, it can be the cabinet, it can be in the crossover, the net result is simply poor. And so it's hard for me to say that one substance is better than another. There's been some people have been using kind of the vest material that's bullet resistant and those sort of things, and they're interesting. Are they using their best speakers? Oftentimes not. So sometimes the choice of materials are also reflecting what type of cost it is for those drivers and what it's going to be used in. We've all seen the 15-inch paper woofers with the aluminum dust cap in the center, and then the speakers sound like hell. But it's a huge box, and you get that along with a rack for $6.99. So is the paper bad and is the aluminum bad? Well, no, the whole thing is bad, and that goes at that. But they're selling to the eye as opposed to the ear, and that's what hi-fi is all about, is the ear. So you have to look at any design, and while an advertising department may have great claims about the materials and how wonderful it is and how stupid everyone else is for not using it, but they can't because we have proprietary rights, the fact of the matter is, evaluate it for how it performs as a whole and ignore the advertising department. A footnote to this is, if you listen to something and it does not sound particularly good, and you go to another dealer and they offer to present it to you, don't dismiss the opportunity to listen to it again. Over 40 years, I've had various dealers in my area get a hold of products that we sell and absolutely uncork some of the worst demonstrations possible, as if they had no idea what a musical note was like unless it bit them in the ass. And so I had customers who would come in and I'd go to present that product and they dismiss it saying, I've already heard it, it sounds terrible. So don't assume that every dealer knows how to get the best out of any particular speaker or amplifier or anything else. Make sure that you give any product a couple shots. Now, if they give it a shot and it's spectacular, well, I think a trip's done. But caring about what you're selling and doing proper demonstrations is key, regardless of, again, whether it's paper, metal, plastic, ceramic, beryllium, or diamond. It's that simple. Thank you.